Okay, just relax your hand. Relax. How does that feel now? Stop. Can you see what you're actually too high with this hand? Too high? No? Not. You're too high. So you're pushing down into the bed rather than straight. Okay, hold it here. That's good. See this? If you don't keep this straight in doing this, it doesn't work. If you have it like so, it gets lost. It doesn't work. See? So you've got to keep this straight and this back. Grand. So where's the lumen? Ooh, is that me? So what did we say to get the lumen? Where should you always get the lumen? 12 o'clock. So rotate the scope so you've got 12 o'clock. Your right hand is still too high, so let your right hand drop down. Look at this, how high it is. Yeah, no, don't let go of the scope. You want to rotate the scope. Bring this round. Don't be frightened of standing into the bed. That's better. So before you do the course, I'm going to let you know. Often you'll find that may get you and turn your shoulders, bring your hips round. So do this. This is a big thing where I'm going to keep your shoulders and your back straight. So if you ask Saad Niaz, the more old guys, as he would call us, right? The old guys, we've got bad backs because we didn't think about ergonomics. I started thinking about how I stood and my posture about 20 years ago. So if we don't actually correct your postures now, you'll end up like us in 10, 15 years. Okay, your hand, you like bringing your hand up. So where is the lumen? Right, so let's pop this down. What's happening with the lumen? He wants to go around the bend. He sees that the fold is to the left. He advances and he can't get round. What's happening? Has anyone got a piece of A4 paper? And a pen, if you don't mind. A pen. Yeah, brilliant. On the back here. Draw the end of the scope. What is on the end of the scope?
Image.
Right, so put your lens. Yeah, the reason why I'm leaving that in there is that you don't know. So what do you have on the end of a scope? No? What does the end of the scope look like? What does the end of this scope look like?
The channels and the light source, right? And
Never ask me, tell me.
then the scope is like this. And
No, this is the end of the scope.
yeah, that's the end of the scope.
So do we see something like this on the end of the scope? If I was to look at the end of the scope now, do I see this?
No.
No.
Well,
So what I'm saying to you is,
draw the image.
if I pull this out and looked at it,
Yeah.
what is on there? Lens.
Lens.
Okay. Draw. Where's the lens?
Lens is over here.
Okay. What else do you have?
And the light source.
Okay.
Yeah.
Draw the lights.
These
So
are the light sources.
okay.
And over here is the biopsy channel with the
Draw it. That's the end of the scope.
Yeah, that's the.
Do you agree? Okay. So you have a go. It's yours. Make sure you initial them to say what they are. Like so, yeah, that's fine. Okay. What's that?
I think it is the light.
Yeah.
There are two lights, I think. One is the lens. The other one is the plastic channel and this is
Okay. What's this channel? Is that
yeah.
air, water? Anything else? No worries. Okay, where's that? Okay. Which is that? Lens and... Okay. The closest one to it is this one. Okay. This is bigger. Right. You have two light, air, water, so you can put sprays over the lens. That's the silver piece that sits over there, and you have the suction. So, here we go. Right? Let's get this right. So we'll all do it. You need your glasses off. Glasses off? Right. Anybody who wants to do it, feel free, but particularly everybody who's doing hands-on. Get your finger. You see this part of your finger, this knuckle. Put it under the bridge of your nose. Now I want you to look straight forward on a fixed point. As you raise your finger pressed against your forehead, as soon as that knuckle disappears, stop and remember where it touches your head. Okay, put it back. Remember where the knuckle is. Press it against your nose as you draw it down. Keep it looking forward. Keep looking forward. As soon as it disappears, stop. Now, what's happening with... Why have I done that for you? Because where the lens is, what his difficulty is getting round this bend. So when he sees this bend here, and he sees the lumen there, he sees it go out of sight. He advances the scope. It's here. So now he's pushing this fold forward. So he's closing off the lumen. So what he's got to do is come back, tip up. So now, instead of it being here, his chin's up. He goes forward, puts his chin down, puts the chin down. Tip up, chin down. Then you can turn into the lumen. Yeah? So even though we get you to look at the end of the scope, that is to actually get you to understand that what you know and you don't know. But when you've got the lumen in front of you, you also need to understand why the scope isn't progressing. These are the places where the scope is. This is the scope. This is the scope. It's catching. You've got the lumen below you, the actual fold. Because you're not seeing it anymore, you think you can go forward. You can't. Tip up, go forward. Chin down, go forward. You see how it works? So even though I got you to do this and you thought, this is stupid, what does it do for you now? It's not so stupid. Okay. Have another go. Excellent. Good. Allow it to come round. And there you go. You see you've gone past now. You've lifted your tip over and then you go round. Then you're bringing it back clockwise instead of come on, and then it will go forward. You see how it works? How does that feel compared to what you have been doing? Who's next? Let's take this out. So before we do anything else, here's the end of your scope. Lens, lights, there. So that's the most important thing you need to understand. If you bash this, if you hit this, you compress this, and that blocks your air water. Okay? You should never bang the end of the scope. It can damage the chip, but most importantly, it will compress this. That then causes a couple of things. One, you could trap fecal matter in there, and then what that can do is set, and that is actually cross-contaminant. The actual stuff that we use to clean the scopes is used in photography. So the stuff that you use, glutaraldehyde, the products that you use in a lot of endoscopy units in Pakistan, is used in photography as a fixative, and it fixes the picture. But what it also does, if the scope isn't cleaned correctly, it will actually fix that piece of motion or piece of flesh in a particular spot. It will freeze it. Doesn't mean it's killed, it's only the surface. So should that then get dislodged, you're actually contaminating the patient. So it doesn't actually, it will clean the scope as long as the scope has been properly cleaned and brushed. But if you start damaging bits, you then actually cause a problem with how the scope is cleaned.